We are inside Accessibility Tracker. This time we are looking at the project management view. And here we have a really nice overview of the analytics for our accessibility project. And let's stop there and talk about analytics. When I say analytics, what I want you to do, I want you to think of a fitness tracker app. And let's say we've had this app for a month and it's telling us the number of steps that we take every day. And we find out through using this app that we are taking many more steps on the weekdays versus the weekends. So let's say on the weekdays, we're averaging 10,000 steps, and on the weekends, we're only averaging 7,000 steps. And so from this information, we decide to take action. And so we're going to increase our steps on the weekends. We're going to take more hikes or walk our dogs or whatever it is. And so that's what's happening with analytics. We're looking for patterns in the data so that we can take action based on those patterns and improve our outcomes. And so that's similarly what's happening with accessibility analytics. We are looking for patterns in the data and we are trying to improve our outcomes. So now, looking at this view, we can see in the under accessibility analytics, we have 74 total issues for this project. 9 issues are fixed, and then 56 issues fall in the top 15% of high risk issues. 13 issues fall in the top 15% of high impact issues. And then we can also see here, I'm going to tab to the overview. We can see we have a circle graph that just relays that same information that I just covered. So it's just a visualization. We've also got a priority distribution. So when we set the priority for the different individual issues in our project, we can see that we have some prioritized as medium, others as high, others as low, and then most we still don't have a prioritization for. We can also look at the WCAG analysis, and this tells us the top 5 success criterion that are issues for us currently. And then we can also look at the user impact, and we can see the different user groups affected, so the different users with different disabilities who are affected. And then we can also see the locations of the accessibility issues. And then here we can see that by far, or maybe not by far, but definitely main content is the location with the most accessibility issues. And then we have a form is the next location with the next most accessibility issues. So the point here is not any one of these graphics or percentages. The point here is that we have actionable information based on the data that has been extracted from the audit report. So now we can take action to correct some of these outcomes. And so to improve our outcome going forward. So it's not just necessarily about this one project, but here we can glean insights so that maybe, in the future, even if we didn't get another audit, we could know, well, look, the main content is our largest source of accessibility issues. So where are these accessibility issues being introduced? Similarly, we could know. Let's just go here. Let's go to WCAG analysis. We've got the top success criterion is 1.3.1 with by far the most accessibility issues. So let's study success criterion 1.3.1 and really find out all about the requirements for info and relationships. So this is extremely helpful information that has all been extracted from the data. And so that's what's happening here. And you can find this elsewhere, right? We know that we can find data and graphics and we can find analytics in uh, other accessibility software. But there is a one significant difference, and that is that most of the other software that is on the market is based on scan results, and scan results are extremely skewed. And I've seen so many different people fall under, so many people mistakenly work from the data that is presented by scan results. And so they've got this same type of information, But what's happening is their information is all skewed. So let's say they're just working towards the 100% score, right? And so people get fixated on the score, but not not taking a moment to stop and think that the score is entirely skewed because it's based on a scan result. So as we know, scans only flag approximately 25% of WCAG 2.1 AA issues. And note that I said flag, it's not conclusive. An audit is conclusive, now optimally. Now, this is why it's so important to get an excellent quality audit, is because we want to be confident that we found all of the accessibility issues. But optimally, an accessibility audit will give us all of the accessibility issues that exist on our digital asset for a given scope. So if we're working from that information, then all of the analytics are going to be extremely helpful and they are going to help us improve our outcomes. However, if we are working from only an automated scan, then the results are all up in the air. And so that's why it's so important that accessibility tracker is based on audit results, not scan results. So the audit is going to tell you all of the accessibility issues that exist. The scan is only going to flag the accessibility issues that a scan flags. And it's not going to be conclusive. We know that scans are subject to false negatives and occasionally even false positives. So many people, though, they use software that is based on scan results, and it results in um, a skewed project where the results really are they're close to meaningless because it's only for the scan results, and there's so much more to accessibility than what be flagged by automation. So many people are caught up in automated scans and they don't realize that automated scans are completely superseded by an accessibility audit. And again, the audit has to be of excellent quality. So if you're going to a digital accessibility company and they are conducting an audit, we want to make sure that they're conducting it the right way, because we need to find all of the accessibility issues. But as long as you have that solid foundation, as long as you have a strong foundation, which is your accessibility audit, you can upload it to accessibility tracker, and now all of these analytics are it's everything is what you need to know, right? Everything is what you need to know to work towards full WCAG conformance. So accessibility tracker is so helpful. It's different, and I you need it to be based on audit results and not scan results. And so that is a huge differentiating factor for accessibility tracker. So I will link to accessibility tracker in the description. If you would like to sign up for a free plan and you don't have an audit report currently, you can use a sample accessibility audit report, and I will also link to a sample report in the description. And that will give you the ability to look at some mock-up data as I have here. And by the way, this data that is showing is from the mock-up sample accessibility audit. But you can go through and try out the different features and see how accessibility tracker works. There are so many other features. We've got accessibility progress reports coming, some different features within those progress reports. So and again, what's so nice about those progress reports, it's based on an actual audit. It's not based on a scan. I can't emphasize that enough. This has been something that's gone on for so long in accessibility, and I've tried to tell so many people those you're working to 100% of automated results, not 100% of the issues that exist on your digital assets. So this is such an important distinction to make. I will link to accessibility tracker in the description, or you can go to accessibilitytracker.com.